Suddenly, hardly anyone expected it anymore. It is unnatural. Suddenly, it is she, chasing away Kay, who still loves her, still follows her, and with the help of pressure from friends and assistants, she looks to the landlord like a savior, more enticing than before because of her scandalous behavior, evidently desired by the lowest and the highest alike. And she fell for the lowest only briefly, soon rejected him again, as was only proper. And she is now out of his reach, and everyone else is as in the old days, except that in the old days, doubt, quite correctly, was cast on all that. But now her status seems to be confirmed. So she comes back. The landlord glances surreptitiously at Peppy and hesitates. Is he to sacrifice her after she has proved her worth so well? But soon he's persuaded. There's too much in Frida's favor, and above all, she will bring Clam back to the guest room. And that's what this evening is all about. Peppy isn't going to wait until Frida comes back and makes taking over the job again into a scene of triumph. She's already handed the cash register over to the landlady. She can go. Her bunk bed down in the maid's room is ready for her. She will go there to be greeted by her friends in tears. Will take the dress off her body and the ribbons out of her hair and stuff it all in a corner where it will be well hidden and won't unnecessarily remind her of times that are better forgotten. Then she will pick up the big bucket and the broom, grit her teeth, and set to work. But for now, she simply had to tell Kay everything, so that he, who wouldn't have understood all this yet without any help, will just for once see how clearly, how badly he has treated Peppy, and how unhappy he has made her. Although in fact, he too has merely been misused. Peppy had finished what she had to say. She mopped a few tears from her eyes and cheeks, and then looked at Kay, nodding as if to say it wasn't really her own misfortune that troubled her. She would bear it, and didn't need help or consolation from anyone, least of all Kay. In spite of her youth, she knew life, and her unhappiness just confirmed what she knows. No, this was about Kay. She wanted to hold his own picture up to him, even after the collapse of all her own hopes. She thought she ought to do that. What a wild imagination you have, Peppy, said Kay. Why, it's not true that you have discovered all these things only now. They're nothing but dreams from the dark, cramped room you and the other chambermaids share. They may be in place there, but they look strange here in the open, in the bar. You couldn't have held your ground here with such notions. That's obvious. Even your dress and your hairstyle, on which you pride yourself so much, are just the fantastic outcome of that darkness and those beds in your room. I'm sure they look very attractive there, but here, everyone laughs at them, whether secretly or openly. And what else do you say? You say I have been misused and betrayed? No, dear Peppy, I haven't been misused and betrayed any more than you have. It is true that at present, Frida has left me, or, as you put it, has run off with one of the assistants. So you have hit upon some ideas of the facts, and it is really very unlikely that she will be my wife now. But it is entirely untrue to say that I tired of her or chased her away next day, or that she betrayed me as a woman might usually betray a man. You chambermaids are used to spying through keyholes, which means that when you really do see some small thing, it leads you to draw grand but erroneous conclusions about the whole picture. The result is that I, for instance, know much less than you claim to know. I cannot explain in nearly as much detail as you do why Frida has left me. It seems to me that you have also touched on the most probable explanation, although you didn't make much of it. I neglected her. I'm afraid that's true. I have indeed neglected her, but there were particular reasons for that, which it is not right to mention here. I would be happy if she came back to me, but I would be neglecting her again at once, and that's how it is. When she was with me, I was always out and about on those wanderings you ridicule. Now that she's gone, I have almost nothing to do. I am tired. I long to be even more entirely unoccupied. Have you no advice for me, Peppy? Oh, yes, said Peppy, suddenly becoming lively and taking hold of Kay's shoulders. We've both been betrayed. Let's stay together. Come down to the other maze with me. I can't talk to you sensibly while you complain of being betrayed, said Kay. You keep saying you were betrayed because the idea touches you and flatters you. But the truth is that you're not suitable for this position. If even I, who in your opinion know nothing, see that unsuitability, then it must be very obvious. You are a good girl, Peppy, but it isn't easy to see that. I, for instance, thought you cruel and arrogant at first, which you aren't. It is just this post that bewilders you, because you're not suitable for it. I don't mean to say it's too elevated for you. It is nothing so very out of the ordinary, or perhaps, looking at it closely, its status is a little higher than your previous job, but on the whole there is no great difference. The two are very similar. In fact, one might almost say that to be a chambermaid is better than working in the bar, for the chambermaids are among the secretaries, while here, even if you may serve the secretary's superiors in the guest rooms, you must also meet very common folk. For instance, me. It is right and proper that I can't go anywhere else in the inn, only be here in the bar. And is this the possibility of meeting me such a great distinction? Well, it seems so to you, and perhaps you have your reasons. But that is just why you are unsuitable. Although this is a job like any other, to you it seems like heaven. And as a result, you do everything with excessive enthusiasm. You deck yourself out as if you think angels are adorned, although they are really not at all like that. You tremble for your post. You feel persecuted the whole time. You try to win over everyone who you think might be able to support you, showing far too much friendliness. But that is a nuisance to them and puts them off, for they want peace when they come to the inn, not to add the barmaid's troubles to their own. It's possible that after Frida left, none of the distinguished guests really noticed, but today they do, and they really long to have Frida back. I suppose because she ran everything very differently. Whatever else she may be like, and however she valued her post, she was experienced at serving the guests, cool and controlled, as you say yourself. But you don't profit by her example. Did you ever notice the expression in her eyes? It was not the expression of a barmaid, but almost of a landlady. She saw everything, every detail, and the way she looked at an individual was enough to subdue him.